I'll retweet it once you go live.
We're here to light the fire, spitting facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that passion won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another live episode of the Light the Torch podcast. And it is game week. USC is traveling to Champaign to play the Fighting Illini. And we got a special guest here. We have Ryan from Keeping It Orange and Blue from their podcast for Illinois. So give a shout out to Ryan. How's it going, Ryan?
What's up? What's up, guys? Glad to be here. A big game for both teams for different reasons. So yeah. I'm excited to break it down.
All right, great. So we'll go ahead and allow you to introduce yourself a little bit more. Tell us how you started everything here. But let's go ahead and get the bums out of the way first. So to my right, we got B Jones. How's it going, B Jones? All right, and to his right, we got Mr. Guns. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good. Fight on.
He runs our Twitch channel, and he's been playing as our Cal Southern Centaurs. How have we been doing this season right now?
Yeah, we got the Natty tomorrow against Miami, so we'll see.
Against Miami, okay, all right. And then to the bottom right, we have Raul Flores, the king of the streets of Los Angeles. How's it going, Raul?
Going great. Fight on.
All right, and we already introduced him, but Ryan, go ahead and give us a little bit of behind the scenes about you, like how long you've been a Illinois fan, how long you've been doing the podcast.
So, been an Illinois fan my whole life. I'm in my mid to late 30s. I'm not going to give the exact number, but somewhere in there. 40, stay away. But yeah, I've been a diehard Illini fan my whole life. Really just kind of. About 8-9 years ago, I jumped on Twitter when it was Twitter and just started posting my thoughts. And then people started catching on, kind of like agreeing with me. Then I did like a year of a Illini radio show in Central Illinois for a year. But then I've been podcasting for like 6. So I've done Keeping It Orange and Blue for about 2 years now with my good friend Kevin Ducey, who graduated from the University of Illinois. And, we just love talking about it. And so for people to know, it's not like, one of those shows where we're like, we just drink orange and blue Kool-Aid. It's more of like keeping it real. So I thought Keeping It Orange and Blue, some people took it wrong, but we just try to keep it real, good or bad. So it's cool now that USC and, is and Oregon is in the Big Ten. I never thought I'd say that. So I'm glad to be here, you guys.
All right. And I just linked your YouTube channel in the chat. So if there's any Illini fans or even some of the Trojan fans, if you guys want to go ahead and check them out, go ahead and give them a subscribe. And where are you guys located at when it comes to is it like all the platforms?
Yeah, so it's Keeping It Orange and Blue, but the @ is @200 columns on X, and then the podcast on Spotify. And Apple Podcasts, it's just Keeping It Orange and Blue. But then you appreciate you linking it there on YouTube. So, and it's pretty cool with, the college huddle doing all this. I'm glad you guys joined, and it's a cool thing. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
Awesome. Yeah, we're enjoying it. We've been having a lot of the Big Ten opponents on, so it's great to have you on here. So, let's go ahead and get into it here. So, real quick, And before we get into your offensive keys to success and defensive keys, I would like to ask, so what's your overall thoughts of Luke Altmyer since he transferred to Illinois?
Well, I can tell you this: after the first year, there was a lot of questions, and rightfully so. But he didn't really get a whole lot of time at Ole Miss. Jackson Dart was the guy, and he was behind him, and he got thrust into a Sugar Bowl where he had some success, and then he struggled, and I think that kind of hurt his confidence heading into his redshirt freshman year there. Then he got beat out, Jackson Dart. And then he came to Illinois with tons of talent, had a up and down first year there where he had a bad game against Penn State where he threw 4 picks, but then he slowly transitioned to play really good the rest of the way. And then last year, I think he was one of a top 5 quarterback in the Big Ten. If you look at his efficiency metrics and all that, took really good care of the ball, 22 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. And then this year, I think, he's been probably one of the best quarterbacks Illinois has had in a long time. But the biggest thing is you got to protect him. You got to give him time to throw the ball. And so when he's had time to throw the ball, if you look, I saw that Jordan Mayava is number 1 in efficiency. Luke Altmaier is number 15 in the country. So he's when he's had time to throw the ball, he's completing it at a 70% clip. So he's what you would want in a Big Ten starting quarterback. So, I mean, most Illini fans are pretty happy with what we get when he's able to throw the ball.
Yeah, that's the thing when he gets the chance to throw the ball. But B. Jones, do you have any questions for Ryan?
Yeah, what's your AD's name?
Josh Whitman.
Okay, so there's a lot of angry people over here in Los Angeles with Mr. Whitman.
Is there really?
To be his homecoming.
Wow, really?
Yeah, man, that's a sign of disrespect.
I think maybe for a program of like your guys' stature, Illinois has not had tons of success until recency. With to be honest with you, think about it like this: Illinois hasn't had back-to-back 8-win seasons in 30 years, and they have just started selling out season tickets with Brett Bielema, and I think they wanted a really good, fun matchup for homecoming because a lot of times in the past, the games, maybe even if it was a good opponent or not, hadn't been as exciting. And having USC come to Champaign for the first time in 30 years, to me, it just seems like a fun homecoming matchup. So I'm not trying to cut him, make excuses for him, but from things that I've heard, that's why I heard USC was the homecoming game.
Okay. That makes
Do you think if Purdue was home, do you think that would have been the homecoming game, or do you think it still would have been USC?
With them being one of the 3 secured rivals where they play them every year now, I don't think it would have been the homecoming game. I think there's a lot of factors at play now, sadly, with all these contracts and who you play every year, who you don't. I don't think they know when the next time USC is going to come to Champaign. So I really think that's what it was. So, but sometimes it's okay to build that like you feel disrespected. But I can tell you guys, I don't think it's any USC sucks. Let's bring them in. I think it was more of excitement because the last time USC came here, Keyshawn Johnson was all over the field. 200 yards. And 3 touchdowns. So
that's so long ago, God.
I remember I was 9.
All right. Guns, any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. You talked about, right, Luke, when he's got a clean pocket, he's great. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he had all of the O-line returning back from last year. What are some issues with the O-line? Because honestly, from my perspective, it has been a surprise.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Trust me, it's a huge bugaboo for Illinois fans, and they a lot of them don't like the offensive line coach Bart Miller, who Brett Bielema had at Wisconsin before he went to Arkansas, and it's kind of like a loyalty, good old boy club thing. And I'll be honest, he's not up. To be honest with you, he's not been impressive for everybody, and the fan base does not like what we're seeing. Brett Bielema at the last press conference is saying that the protection problems are not just the offensive line. He thinks the tight ends aren't holding their weight. And he thinks that sometimes Luke Altmaier's holding on to the ball too long, which all can be true. But the biggest thing that we have issues with is the rushing performance. This isn't the first time Illinois rushed for 3 or less yards in a game in the last year. And be honest with you, and that's pretty pathetic. And they rushed for 3 yards against Indiana, and they struggled to run the ball against Western Michigan at times, even in a 38-0 win. The passing game is where Illinois has been pretty good with Barry Lunney. The running game, where you would think Brett Bielema, it's it could be schematics too. They run a zone scheme on the offensive line. And people are thinking, why are we doing this? Like, I don't think we have the right guys for this. But Brett Bielema seems to think that's the case. So, time will tell. He said there's going to be some adjustments with communication and maybe a little schematic heading into this game. I'm glad Jamie is coming to the games. I hope he enjoys Champaign, man. I hope there's quite a bit of USC fans. I mean, Memorial Stadium's a fun place to go. It's one of the oldest stadiums. It's, built in 1918.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty cool. Like, if you want to go to a college stadium and just kind of, enjoy what it is, for the memorial of the University of Illinois students who died in World War I. That's what the stadium's about.
No.
But anyway, back to the offensive line. I think we'll see what changes he made because, if you can't protect Luke Altmaier, they're not going to win the game. And so and you got to be able to run the ball too. So that's when the biggest beef is. And we don't really know the answers because we know what's in front of you. J.C. Davis is going to be he's going to be a second or third round pick. He's their left tackle. But a lot of other guys are not carrying their weight. So we'll see Saturday what changes were made.
All right. And I think Jamie might have set Raul up for his question here. But Raul, go ahead. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, or I have a few, actually. I was going to say, you mentioned that you're excited about, the previous Pac-12 teams joining the Big Ten. As you know, there's another school in LA, but then it's USC, the real team out here.
Notice I didn't mention them.
Didn't. If you can tell us a little bit more about Illinois football, some game traditions with Big Noon football coming up this Saturday. You guys excited about that? You're playing
appreciate the question. It's a good question. So Illinois has never hosted Big Noon kickoff. Never had college game day. They were hoping to have one of the home games this year because their ranking. They felt like they were going to be a top 15 team to start the year, and now people don't. Thankfully, Big Noon kickoff kept this because I heard there was rumblings that they were trying to get the Iowa-Indiana game after. But Josh Whitman, though, the guy you were saying you're not he carries a little bit of weight around the Big Ten because of how well he fundraises and he's got a good relationship with Tony Patini. He basically said, over my dead body, are you going to give Big Noon kickoff away? So he kept it. He's like, no, just because we lose a game and it looks bad does not mean you need to try to take something from Illinois. I think there's going to be a lot of chips on their shoulders this Saturday. I think people think that Illinois is what they saw from Indiana. That's just not the case, But now with traditions for Illinois football, I would say, I mentioned Memorial Stadium. I think, like I said, it's one of the oldest stadiums in college football. I'll be honest, if you guys love to tailgate, Illinois has one of the biggest tailgating lots. Like tailgating at Illinois is crazy. Like there's 5 or 6 huge lots, and one is right directly across from the stadium. So if you guys know, like when you go to other venues, sometimes the tailgating maybe puts you way out of the way. Or the big thing at Illinois that makes it so amazing is they've got huge lots like all around the stadium where RVs and campers are there, and it's a fun time. So I would say that Illinois football has not. I mentioned 2 8-win seasons and since like back-to-back in 35 years. They haven't made back-to-back bowl games in 10 to 12. It's been a struggle. Lovie Smith was the coach for a while. I will say this: Lovie Smith helped Illinois, their brand. He helped Illinois raise money, and they built like this really awesome. It's called the Smith Center. It's probably a top 15 or top 20 performance center for the football team where they, they've got their chambers where they, go rest up, they heal up, their cryo chambers, all these fun things. They've got putt golf on the top floor. They've got a bowling alley in it. They got their own barber shop in there. It's pretty dope. And it's all the recruits love it. It gives Illinois an advantage amongst a lot of the mid-tier Big Ten teams, to where you look and you're like, Purdue doesn't have this, Northwestern is great, but the grade level to get in there, not, a lot of kids aren't able to get into Northwestern. But let's say Wisconsin definitely doesn't have that. Michigan State doesn't have that. So Illinois, they've really helped in the last 10 years. The branding, Lovie Smith helped, and now Brett Bielema's winning pedigree has helped push Illinois football to where they can compete to win and get to bowl games every year, which to me and a lot of Illini fans, that's success, is going to bowl games yearly. I know it's different for USC, but for Illinois, which has been a traditional basketball school, I mean, top 15 in wins all time, it's been transitioned to we love football in Illinois, but a lot of the fan base usually by mid to late October is ready for basketball season. So, But now with Brett Bielema at the helm, they're excited for football into November. We're like, what? We won 8 games. We could win 10 this year. That's just crazy for Illinois football fans. So, it's just. I know it's probably weird to hear for you guys because you guys are so used to, 9-10 wins, right? I know maybe not the last year or two, but for the most part, you guys are used to being in January bowl games. It's been like a once every 10 to 12 year thing here in Champaign.
Yeah. And Jamie had a question. Is Illinois going to wear the cool helmets? I'm not sure what he means by the cool helmets, but you might know.
So last year when they hosted Michigan, they wore those really cool, you might be the Red Grange Galloping Ghost retro jerseys. Remember where they had they looked like the old leather helmets? Right. So they had the leather on the helmet, but of course they still had a face mask. And then they had just the plain blue jersey with the straight brown pants you see old cool grainy guys in black and white running around. They looked really good. If anybody's here good with the internet, you could Google it, maybe put it on screen. I don't know, one of you guys maybe be able to do that, but it's pretty cool. So
I think I have it right here, so let me go ahead.
It was the Illinois-Michigan game last year. They had the 100-year anniversary of Memorial Stadium and the Red Grange rededication.
Oh, this for some reason it pulled up a video. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So he'll get it pulled up in a second. But it was I was at the game. It was amazing. Thankfully, they beat Michigan, which was always fun. So Illinois, I'm not sure if they're going to pull that out or not. I think that was just a once-in-a-century thing. But that would be neat for this. But they have a few.
Is it this? Oh, no. Never mind. Sorry. It's not this one here. I found a leather one here.
I'll tell you when you get to it. I think it's.
I can't do it right here, but let me see if this is it. This right here?
Yep, that's it. Those are the helmets right there.
Yeah, for some reason it takes me to Facebook or whatever. I don't know why it keeps taking me there, but that's
that
pretty
one
cool.
Right next to it to the left, though. Yeah, right there. That's it. That might be able to. Is that Facebook too?
It's a video. It will take me to a video.
Yeah, see how that looks like an old leather kind of throwback.
Yeah. Check out Discord, BC.
Okay, you found it on Discord.
Yeah, I think I found what he's.
You found the actual uniform. Okay.
And the whole kit together was sick. Yeah, so. Of course, the haters were on there. There was about 10% of the haters were like, "Oh, these are ugly. They make me want to barf." But I think most people saw them. Yeah, there they are, right there.
That's pretty sick, actually. Yeah, definitely reminds me of some Leatherhead helmets. So.
Yep. Those were them, man. So I think that's a once in a rarity occasion. I don't think they'll be wearing those.
That would have been sick, actually.
Two teams tried that, man. Tried to do the leather helmet thing and it don't look great. So, yeah, I think you guys probably did it the best, man. I have to give you credit for that.
But all right,
I know you're asking me a lot of stuff for the Illini fans watching. I know I don't want to interrupt your podcast, but
no worries.
So I mentioned Jacoby Lane, but you're saying you don't even think he's your best receiver. With Jacoby Lane, I know obviously is it Lemon?
Yeah, Mekhi Lemon.
Lemon, he looks almost unguardable. I was watching the Michigan State game, and I'm thinking he's open quite a bit, So who are some guys that Illinois fans in the secondary need to be watching out with? And, of course, I saw your running back has been pulling off big chunks of yards. 18 rushes for, 157 last week?
Yep.
And so I don't know their names, so you could whoever wants to tell me, that's fine.
B. Jones, you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure. Like you said, Mekhi Lemon he's a route running expert. I tell you that he is as close to Amon-Ra St. Brown as you're gonna get. As far as toughness, clean route runner, separations, is always there. He's always open. And he's gonna give you the yards after the catch as well. So yeah, man, he's definitely looking like a first round pick here. Of course, Jacoby, you're familiar with him. He's gonna be your big catch guy. The one with the big catch radius. And then,
is that the one with the one hand snag earlier in the year?
Yep.
Was it Georgia Southern? I think, right?
Yep.
I was watching that. I was like, I like to watch the opponents in there on. I'm like, let me watch a little USC here.
Yeah, that was an insane catch by him.
Yeah, he does that regularly. That was not a one-off. I can tell you that right now. He does that since high school. So he was widely underrated, man. So we got to still with him. Wayman Jordan is the running back that you mentioned, but Eli Sanders as well, man. He's a speedster. Then we have a walk-on in the running back room who's been killing it too, man. It's a guy that we noticed over the spring. Yeah, man, he's been so the running back room is probably the best that we had it. No, not probably. It's the best we had it under Lincoln Riley by far, from top to bottom.
Yeah. Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby, they're like 1A, 1B at this point. Like they both give you something different, something that's that the other one is not. Probably like Jacoby can catch anything that's thrown in his vicinity. Mekhi Lemon, he's route runner. He eats up yards right after that. He's a hard person to take down. But and then we do also have a freshman that's been coming up, Tanuk Hines. The dude, like he makes some crazy catches all the time, and he's going to pop one off. He's going to have his breakout game eventually. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happened with him if you guys tried to lock those two down.
I'm maybe good or bad. I know with Illinois had been hurting in the secondary. They lost one of their Xavier Scott, their best cornerback, and so they were hurting against Indiana. I'm not sure how they'll be a little bit better, but I'm guessing they're going to play zone and probably a deep safety because that's kind of how they like to. They don't want to give up the big play, and I know they give up some big run plays, but in the passing game, there may have been some guys catching the ball intermediately that were able to get away, but they don't want to try to get beat over the top. And I'm sure that's kind of what they're going to try to do with Lemon. And I know easier said than done, but for the most part, what they do a really good job of mixing up their coverages, how they look at first. Like it's really good disguising of them. How about that? Eventually teams may figure out like, okay, they look like they're doing this, but we know they're going to go back to zone, but that's kind of where they've had some success. They do like to play man at times, and I feel like when you're hurting secondary right now, that probably doesn't sound smart against a really explosive offense. But again, that's going to boil down to the type of pass rush that Illinois has, and they do have a couple pretty good pass rushers. So for you USC fans, Illinois has an outside linebacker who Illinois uses a 3 front and then the 2 outside linebackers.
Okay,
Gabe Akis. He's going to be a first or second day pick. I think he's at 3.5 sacks right now, 4 maybe. But yeah, he's he's a load when he's on. He did not play very well against Indiana. I'm expecting a more motivated guy, and of course, for Illinois to have a chance to win this game, they're going to have to put pressure and make it's Maava, right?
Yeah, Jaden Maava.
Jaden Maava. If I said Jordan earlier, I apologize. Jaden Maava. They're going to have to get pressure on him for sure. So, but him and Alec Bryan on the other side are their 2 starting outside linebackers who have been playing together for 3 years now, and so they're going to have to. They're going to have to mix up some blitzing, maybe some blitzes off the edges of maybe some cornerback safety blitzes. I don't know. You're gonna have to mix it up because if you're predictable, this I know USC is going to put up a lot of points. So it's up for Illinois to match that for sure.
Okay, well,
Then
since
to notify, I was going to say, just add on to this real quick. One thing to add regarding Makai Lemon, he's extremely hard to tackle down. So like he'll break a couple players are trying to bring him down. He does not go down. So don't be surprised if he breaks a tackle and takes it all the way. The guy's the real deal when it comes to, the wide receiver position. Then our tight ends, we have Lake McCree, senior, a very underrated guy, and they've been using the tight ends more this year.
Yeah, I had actually, which has been neat. I had some USC fans had been commenting on some of my content, on my podcast, and then we post some clips, which has been neat. I've had 4 or 5 USC fans jump on it, and they're like basically saying, "Hey, better watch out for the tight ends. If you guys are focusing too much on the wide receivers, because these guys are for real." So, yeah, I mean, again, scary, explosive offense for sure when you watch USC. I think for the most part, if you're going to beat USC this year, you're going to have to score points, like a lot of them. So I think Brett Bielema and the staff know that. It's all about protecting Luke Altmaier and establishing the run. And I think and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think I agitated some USC fans because I said, obviously, great explosive offense. But from what I have seen, Georgia Southern put up 20. Purdue should have had way more than 17. Michigan State had 31. I think that the defense, while it has a lot of young talent, especially the front, those guys look scary on the line. I'll be honest. But they're young, right? You got some true freshmen on the line. They're susceptible through the air to give up plays and scores, and so that is where Illinois is the best. They don't run it that well, sadly, but you tell me if I'm wrong on that. I just have noticed teams have been able to move the ball through the air, and put up points,
Yeah, so when it comes to our secondary, it's been a little bit banged up as of late, and we've been still trying to kind of get a rotation, getting the right guys on the field. Like we were kind of using the first few games to just kind of mix and match to see who's going to be our best rotation, and then we had our nickel, we had our starting nickelback go down during fall camp, and then the guy behind him ended up going down, and he is actually hopefully going to be back this week. So we've been dealing with some injuries in that area. So
and at least then you guys can at least feel a little bit of Illinois' pain last week when I'm like, they were missing 2 or 3 starting guys in the secondary, and people are like, "Oh, it doesn't matter." Blah, blah. I'm like, "Are you sure?" I mean, I think it does matter at times. Now, it may be because it was a monsoon fest, but I watched the Purdue game very closely, and both teams left points on the board. Ryan Brown from Purdue screwed up so many available points they could have scored. 33-17 to me didn't do the game justice either way. I think USC settled for field goals, and Purdue just gave away points. It was like, here, give up Terry, take them.
I was at that game, and that rain delay sucked.
Do you think that the rain delay really had an effect on the game for the rest of it?
I do think so. I felt like we started off a little bit slower than we should have. But yeah, that rain delay, having a 4-hour rain delay, it's going to affect both sides. So
because you're amped up, right, ready to go, and then it's like now you're not.
Yeah. And
you got to get yourself back motivated.
They were already stretching, they were getting ready, and then they have to go right back into the locker room. So yeah.
Now, one thing I mentioned too, and I had a couple different reactions. What do you make of the 11 a.m. Central kick, which is 9 a.m. Pacific time? That's just a weird thing, I get guys get up early, but how many times recently have they been playing at 9 a.m. where they're you got to be full go, you got to be ready, and you're going to be smashing mouth here, and this is where it counts. I feel like that's just odd, and I know you guys played late last week, and that's 6 days ago. I get that, but it's 11 a.m. is normal for Illini. They're used to playing in situations maybe they played on the East Coast time zone and it's noon, but an 11 a.m. kick, they have 3 or 4 of those a year. How many 9 a.m. kicks is USC playing? So how much do you think that's going to affect, even a little bit?
So personally, I don't. As long as Lincoln Riley travels properly, then I don't think there's going to be an issue for it. But yeah, like personally for me, I'm okay with it because I actually live in Minnesota. But I don't know about the rest of the guys because they live on the West Coast area time zone. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, personally, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Lincoln Riley has done a good job preparing these guys in fall camp to play at any time. He knew, moving into the Big Ten, they were going to be playing at some pretty weird times for us. So what he did is schedule practices. One day will be in the morning, the next one will be late at night, or one will be midday, or just mix it up. So it gets these guys' body, used to not really having a specific body clock.
I don't think it'll make too much of a difference, but it was just kind of weird seeing that, like how many times the rest of I doubt they'll have another one, but you never know. So what made you pick the Purdue game and not this one to come to?
My wife convinced me, and it was literally a last minute thing. Like we bought tickets the night before or whatever, the morning before, and then we just drove out there. So it was really just like last minute, and I drove 9 hours straight, and like I was so tired for it.
I bet it was worth it though to see your guys and them win, right?
It was worth it, but like I was expecting to play at 2:30. And
what time did you get back? Like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Well, we ended up stopping in Chicago to stay the night.
Yeah.
The game stopped at 10:30 at night, so I was not going to drive the rest of the night there. So. Yeah, it was rough, but yeah. Real quick here, so Ryan, you've already kind of given us your keys to success here, but give us like two things that is going to be, or 2 or 3 things that will define this game for you guys to win.
Well, you know what? One thing that really hurt Illinois bad, which has always been a positive, a real difference maker for Brett Bielema teams, is their special teams unit.
Okay.
And you think about that. Field position matters. If you can back a team up inside the 10, and that's where they're going to start instead of, the 35, those things matter. If you're going to get a punt block for a touchdown, to start the game, that is not good. If USC, let's say Illinois blocks a USC punt early in the game, goes up 7-0, and the place is nuts, that's not an ideal start for USC. And that's what Illinois did with Indiana. And then the next series, Illinois actually got a stop, right? Got it to 4th and a long one, and Signetti was punting. But Illinois didn't have the right personnel on the field for a punt return, so they had to call a timeout. And you know what Signetti did? Like, F you guys. You know what? No, we're going for it. So guess what? And then they pick it up and go down and score a touchdown. There's 14 points right there. The special teams unit cost Illinois to start the game. And then that's huge. So Illinois' special team unit has to be on point. So they have to be good. And Illinois has a good punter. He's averaging 46 yards a punt. They've got a really good field goal kicker. But the return games cannot hurt the team. And, you can't have your punt unit hurting the team and then not being able to line up. You just can't. So that's going to be one big key for me here, because I genuinely think this is going to be a very good game. The line is 6.5, 7, depending on where you're looking. If this game was in the Coliseum, I would probably lean more of, like, I think USC could, win by double digits. But I think Illinois has been really good at home. Should be a sellout. Big noon kickoff. And one thing that, and I don't know, you guys ever played the game or any sport, pride matters to a degree. And Illinois was really genuinely embarrassed last week. And there's so many people now that overrated. They should have never even been there, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes as a player, it doesn't really matter that media is saying that stuff. But think about this. Your parents are hearing that. Your friends are hearing that. You got to hear that when you're going to class. Like, you guys didn't belong. Like, how you embarrassed yourselves, Pride's going to play a factor in this game, where Illinois is going to be sharper and sharp as hell, maybe sharp as they've been all year. So that may not win them the game, but I think that is going to create a really good competitive environment and a game that's definitely worth watching. So I think besides special teams and these guys being sharp, I mentioned it earlier, got to protect Luke Altmaier and give him a chance because Illinois' got some really good weapons themselves. You mentioned Lemon and Lane. Illinois has a really good all-purpose guy named Hank Beatty. So for any USC fan to look him up, he's got a really fun highlight reel this year. He's returning punts for touchdowns. I mentioned Red Grange earlier. He actually broke Red Grange's 100-year record of most punt return yards in a game this year. So he's dangerous. He's lethal with the ball in his hands. He used to be a quarterback in high school. They've ran him against Duke. If you guys watch the highlights of the Duke win from Illinois, he actually was a wildcat in that. And the fact that he can throw the ball, but so that creates teams thinking, okay, is he going to run this or is he's going to throw this? So some of those guys were playing the run in the wildcat, and he just ran it in for a touchdown because they assumed that he was going to throw it, so they had to stay on the guy they were covering. And so he's a lethal. He's one of their best receivers. They're getting Justin Bowick back. He missed the Indiana game, and he has been their number one threat in the end zone. He's a Ball State transfer. He's 6'4", 225 pounds. He's a big target. He's pretty good. So it's good to get him back in the mix. And also Illinois' all-purpose back. He's really their number one back. His name is Aiden Lawfrey. He's really come on strong last year at the end of the year. Illinois beat South Carolina in the Citrus Bowl. He was huge in that game. He had some really big runs in that game, and he's really been their most consistent back of blocking, pass catching, finding the hole and just going and not worrying about is this the right hole to go to? That's been an issue with some of the running backs. But so Illinois is more healthy now offensively, which is good. But again, protection of Luke Altmaier, so those guys can make plays. That without that, it's not going to be a close game.
All right. Yeah, definitely, especially after the Indiana game. I'm sure the offensive line is going to have some make some changes and have some. I
mean, as a man, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is not is this who we want to be? You know what I mean? And it's not just for yourself, but for your teammates, because everybody's got a job to do. I would be shocked. I may not even have a podcast episode on Sunday if Illinois' offensive line plays like crap. So, I just can't. If that's the case, then Brett's lost his guys. Because that's what's been preached all week. You guys are soft. You're soft. You're soft. It's and at the end of the day, when a man hears that, you're going to show someone who's really soft. So we'll see. All right,
and give us some main defensive keys for Illinois to win this game.
You gotta get pressure on Maeva, and I would say, as funny as it sounds, focus on stopping the running game. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna throw it, but if they're running it on you and throwing it, that's tough. That's tough business. I think if you can limit Tim under 100 yards, I think that's a good day. And make it more predictable. Stop the running game and get some pressure. And if you're playing zone, you got to keep it in front of you. Also, another thing, turnovers. Illinois has been really, really good this year in the turnover ratio. That's how they beat Duke. They 5 turnovers to none. I think they were a +7 on the year heading into Indiana. And I'm trying to think if they count a block punt as a turnover. I don't think so, but
I'm not sure either.
So Altmaier didn't throw any picks. I don't even think there were any turnovers in the Indiana game. So I think they're still at +7. So if Illinois can create some turnovers, they're going to need. So the Michigan State game, an example. Michigan State was down 14 or something, or 21. Then they got a touchdown. Then they forced a fumble, right? inside the 30, and they were able to capitalize and get another one to cut it to 7. They just couldn't stop USC. Illinois is going to have to, I think, come up with some sort of turnover, and make a big play and capitalize on it. So I think those are some quality keys there.
Nice. All right, and then go ahead and give us your predictions. Give us your predictions, your score predictions, whatever.
Yeah. You know what? I always try to keep it real and say stuff. And even though I want to pick Illinois in this game, I will say this. I think Illinois is going to cover.
Okay.
I think Illinois covers the 6.5. So I'll say USC 28, Illinois 24.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be a close game. And I think when this game's over, even if you guys win, I think you can say you're like, Illinois is not that bad. Like, people are shitting on Illinois right now, like, just because of what happened at Indiana. I think Indiana is better than a lot of people think.
Yeah.
They are a juggernaut offensively. You get just like you guys are. Like, I'm telling you, Omar Cooper, Elijah Surratt, like, they got Hemby and Black on the run of the ball. Like, they are tough. And if you guys
just experienced like a little perfect storm to start that game, and it was just downhill for you guys for that Indiana game. So, I think it's going to be a tough game with the crowd. So USC needs to neutralize that crowd early for it to be, I guess, not a stressful day for USC. But I do think Illinois is a lot better than what they showed last week.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing too is, like, you were there. What's your name? It's Blackiechainz, but what's your real name? Sorry.
Brandon.
Okay, Brandon. Did you feel any sort of crowd presence of, like, the Purdue crowd was making any impact? Like, did it feel like a home field advantage at all to you?
Some at the beginning, slightly it was, but then when they saw how easy we scored on them, I think they kind of toned it down. The student section tried their hardest, but wasn't really too effective. So I definitely feel like Illinois will be way more effective.
Okay, and it's not like this team hasn't played on the road before, but your first real chance of being like 60,000 fans are going to be in and loud on every third down. The Illinois fan base, the student section is sold out. There's 10,000 fans up in the block I up there. They are loud as hell. The band's always playing. They'll try to do all their fun, distractions, and it's going to be a fun atmosphere. And it's going to be one that USC hasn't dealt with yet this year. Yeah. Every team's got to deal with it, and the first time you really deal with it, that's how great teams get better. Is you have to persevere through those situations, and I think all that stuff factors into it being a really good game. So I think I'm going to say USC 28, Illinois 24, but it's going to be a good game.
All right. Well, great. Well, Ryan, go ahead and plug your Twitter, wherever anyone can just find you, not just your channel, but anyone that can find you, and so they can follow you on Twitter or whatever about Illinois. So go ahead and let everyone know where they can find you.
So on X, it's at 200 Columns Rye. I think it's kind of small down here, but anyway, 200 Columns Rye. So my website's 200columns.com. Been covering Illinois for 4 or 5 years now, and on YouTube at 200 Columns, but the title is Keeping It Orange and Blue. And then that's the podcast. You can find it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So I'm not hard to find. You type in Ryan Schroat, Keeping It Orange and Blue, I'll be there. So yeah, appreciate it.
All right, yeah, I just put your handle in the chat here, so definitely go ahead and give them a follow. But yeah, we really appreciate you, Ryan, showing up and definitely giving us a good history lesson about Illinois, and it's cool. I did not know that about their stadium, so that's very interesting. So
before I leave with you guys, I hope I've answered everything you wanted to know, and now you feel more like when I watched the game Saturday. I know Ryan said that. Like, I feel more like you're prepped and ready to go. That's what I was trying to do here.
Oh no, yeah, you definitely gave a lot, and hopefully Lincoln Riley was listening to this.
Hopefully not too much, right? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we really appreciate it, Ryan, and you have a great rest of your night. Okay.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank
See you
you.
guys.
Thanks,
See ya.
Ryan.
All right. Well, we really appreciate Ryan from Keeping It Orange and Blue. Definitely go ahead and give him a subscribe, follow him on his Twitter or wherever. And he definitely knows his stuff when it comes to Illinois. So it was really refreshing to hear all that about them. Didn't really get to know too much about some of the other schools. So it was nice to know stuff about Illinois. So we'll go ahead and get into our portion of this here. So let's go ahead and get into the offensive keys to success. We'll go ahead and start with B. Jones.
Give me 1 second. All right. So offensive keys. Establish the run, right? We have to run the ball to set up the pass, right? I feel like we have to exploit the linebackers. They are they're slow-footed, man. They're not the fastest linebackers, man. I think they're going to have some trouble keeping up with our backs and receivers, as well as our tight ends, man. So take advantage of that decimated secondary, but I think it all starts with us establishing the run game.
All right. And go ahead and give us an MVP.
My offensive MVP. I'm going to go with Makai Lemon. But honorable mention, Lake McCree.
Oh, Lake's getting some love here. All right. Guns, keys, and MVP.
Yeah, so balanced attack like we've seen, continue to see that. Most of their DBs will be back. Obviously there's one or two guys will be out, but, they won't be 100%, right? So I do look to see us attack them early. This defense loves the blitz, so be aware who is blitzing and who isn't. And then lastly, just score early to force them to play from behind and get the crowd out of it, right? It's going to be sold out, homecoming game, so, get them out of it early. MVP, Waymo.
All right. And really quick, shout outs to Kristen for the $5 dono. Appreciate it, buddy. And Raul, keys and MVP.
I'll keep it simple. Kind of what I mentioned earlier. It has to be USC needs to start fast and early. We can't have a slow start. We got to get the crowd out of it, and be very efficient. Offensive key or offensive MVP. I'm gonna have to go Jedi Maava again. If Maava's on point, I don't see us losing the game.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly, pretty much what everyone else has said. Establish the run. I loved the type of play calling that Lincoln Riley called last week, and so I'm hoping that he will do the exact same thing for this week. I hope that he's heavy on the run, and then Waymo and Eli starts to wear down this defense, and then we'll see Lemon, or even if hopefully Lane is back, but we'll see them take off the top at that point. So establish the run and beat them over the top, and that's basically what we've been kind of doing this whole season. Really, Lincoln Riley has been more run focused. So for that, establishing the runs, I'm going to go with Waymo. All right, defensive keys to success. We'll start with Raul. You're on mute.
Defense. We're going to need the secondary to step up this game. We can't have any more mental lapses. They've been doing all right, but, we can't have them, allow them, the opponent to have these big plays. If we can do that, I think, USC will be in a good spot this Saturday. Defensive MVP, I'm going to have to go with, it's probably a cheat code here, but I'm going to have to go Eric Gentry again.
All right. And really quick, shouts to Brent for his 8 months membership and gifting a membership. If you received the membership from Brent, definitely drop it in the chat and let us know. But really quick, does anyone have an answer for this for Jamie?
I have not heard.
I haven't heard officially, but there's some talks that they are, but Lincoln himself hasn't said it. So
hopefully we'll find out tomorrow. Or tomorrow. Yeah. All right, Guns, go ahead and give us your defensive MVP.
Yeah, so my keys and MVP. So dominate on first downs, force them to get behind the sticks, especially in third down. That was the big key for Indiana's game. last week. You know, they were dominating that first down, forced them to be one-dimensional as well. Stop the run, let our D line rush the passer. Again, they had, I mean, just quarterback or running backs alone, they had like 29 yards, right? When you include the quarterback because they did the sacks, like Ryan was saying, they only had 2 or 3 yards total. So definitely made them one-dimensional. And then lastly, like Raul said, clean up the communication and the busted coverages, and then we'll be good. MVP, go Cam Crawford.
Cam Crawford. All right. B. Jones.
I think that's the first Cam Crawford pick of the season, isn't it?
Is it? No, I think I picked him once. Oh,
No, you
Crawford.
Oh,
Yeah,
That was Mountain.
Cam Crawford. Yeah, okay, I get it.
All right, BC. I need you to keep up with it. No, keys to the. I mean, Guns pretty much hit it right on the head, man. We have to stop the run. They proclaim to have a 3-headed monster over there. Last week it definitely didn't show, but you know what Indiana eats don't make us poop. So it's about us. You know what I mean? We can't worry about what Indiana did to them. We have to go out there and do it ourselves. Stop the run and of course get pressure on Altamar. I have no doubt that we will do that, but of course, like the players say, Lynn teaches we have to earn the right to rush the passer. So it all starts with stopping the run for them.
All right.
Oh, of course, it's already been mentioned, but we have to be. This has to be the game that we put it all together. No more miscommunication, man. It is game 5, man. It wasn't acceptable at week 1, but at week 5 now, it definitely cannot happen.
All right. And MVP?
MVP, I guess I'm cheating too because I got EG, man. You know that he loves playing on the road. Hostile environments mean nothing to him. You know what I mean? And he's gonna act a fool as always, man. So, yeah, I got EG. Honorable mention, Bush Fitzgerald.
All right.
Isn't EG from like the East Coast or
He's from Philly.
from Philly, right? Somewhere around there.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's close, but
It's not
Not
close, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, kind of somewhat playing closer to the actual home. So
Sure. Oh, okay. All right. So for me, you guys hit it on the head, but really, we got to stop beating ourselves. Like we can stop this team. We can stop this team, but we hurt ourselves with penalties, just dumb mental mistakes. So we gotta just play a completely disciplined game. We can't have a full drive of just penalties on us to set them up for a touchdown, because that's basically what happened with Michigan State last week. If it wasn't for those penalties, their momentum would have stopped really early. So also, I believe what Guns was saying is that we need to stop them and we need to jump out ahead early on. So our defense is going to be a key to that. So I definitely just play clean, no dumb penalties, keep those hands not all the way at the face all the time. Just maybe just get one little jab, then come back down. But don't knock their helmet off. But MVP, you went with Cam Crawford. I'm going to go with Anthony Lucas. But all right, let's go ahead and get into.
And then just lastly, like you said, just going off of what Ryan said, one of his keys was like special teams. We have to do that, like you said, like Chan. We can't hurt ourselves. We've done it back-to-back weeks, right, where we gave the ball back when the team was punting.
Yep.
So we cannot afford that this game.
Yep. No jumping the barriers. No. What was the penalty? Was it running into the kicker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which
He got pushed
was some
into the
great
kicker.
acting that he had.
Listen, I know everybody's mad about that one. I'm just not. I mean, he got pushed in the back, though. What else? I mean, what is
he going to do? How's he going to stop? Like, is he going to like put up some random barrier that's going to help him stop? No.
More than anything, you know what I mean?
Let's go ahead and go into the third and final quarter here, or third quarter. Final thoughts and predictions. Guns, go ahead and give us your final thoughts and predictions.
Yeah, just my final thought. I mean, you guys kind of mentioned already, clean up the penalties, defense, offense, special teams, just clean it up. and we'll be able to pull away from this game. My opinion, final score for me is 37-23 Trojans.
All right. B. Jones?
I'm going to say it one more time. All right? Say it one more time. What Indiana eats, don't make us cook. Right? Just because they did that doesn't automatically mean that we're going to do it. We have to go in there and actually do it. So, listen, these guys booked us as their homecoming. I haven't talked to any players yet about it, but I'm pretty sure they see it as disrespect, as us fans do. I know Ryan said that wasn't their intention, but but the fact remains, right? So you got to go in there and treat it as disrespect. Lastly, we have to exploit these matchups, man. There's going to be some mismatches all over the field with our offense, and play a clean game. Now, there's going to be penalties, of course. We play aggressive. I'm not mad at aggression penalties, but yeah, communication, man. Like I said previously, man, this has to be the game that we put it all together. My final score prediction, I am going to go 38-24 Trojans.
Damn it. All right. Raul.
Well, I'll get that out the way. The exact number B. Jones has. That's
Same here.
I'll say that. I agree with you, B. Jones. But yeah, final thoughts is, we got to be ready early. We can't start slow. We got to be prepared. Hopefully, Lincoln Riley and the team prepared for this early start time. I know we said that it doesn't impact you, but I feel like if you're not prepared for it, it could definitely impact you. So hopefully they are ready to start early, because Illinois is going to play with a lot of pride. Like Ryan said, they got embarrassed last week, losing by 50 or so. So this Illinois team is going to be. We're going to get the best version of Illinois, in my opinion, and we got to be ready for them to that they're going to fight back. So we got to be ready for them, and just when we have the kill, go for the kill. Don't let them get back into the game.
All right. So this is going to be the third hardest stadium that we're going to be playing in. Oregon first, Nebraska second, and then Illinois. I think they're definitely going to play with a lot of a chip on their shoulder. They're going to want to prove that they're not the team that we saw last week. So I think we got to show them that they are, and do the exact same thing. Like Indiana gave us the blueprint of how to easily slow down this team. So I want to be, and I think Lincoln Riley can do that at a better success than Indiana can. We have the better players. We have the better wide receivers. We have the better quarterback, even though the Heisman voters right now or whatever, the odds don't think that we do, but we do. And so, yeah, I'm going to change up my score since B. Jones copied me. So I'm going to go with 45-27. All right, Guns.
You're on mute, bro. Did you want to say something? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And Guns.
Getting the score, you went 45-27, right?
Yeah, and Guns. I'm gonna, when you're going to go through these games, I'm gonna need you to switch up who you ask each time, so Raul doesn't think that people are, so he doesn't think people are taking his answer.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you guys. This is a tough week. You guys can. This is tough.
Switch it up, Guns. So you don't go in the same order.
All right, so
Just switch up in general. Okay, I'll switch it up this time. All right. Well, welcome to week 5 of our college football picks. Again, just a quick recap. Mr. BC is leading at 80%. Guns is at 79%. B. Jones is at 77, and Raul is at 74. So a lot of close games. We have a lot of games this week. So let's get into it with the Big Ten, of course. As first, we have Rutgers at Minnesota. Minnesota is the favorite by 4.5. I'm going to go Minnesota. BC, who do you have?
I'm going to go with Minnesota.
Okay. B. Jones, who you got?
Minnesota.
Okay, and Raul.
It's at Minnesota, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got to go with the Gophers. They're a solid team.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. All right, next one here. This is a really good game, honestly. I think Ohio State traveling to Washington.
This
Ohio
one's rough.
State, 7.5 points. This has been moving down, if you guys are wondering. I kind of go back and forth. I'm going to go Ohio State here, but I think this game is going to be close. BC, who you got?
I got Washington. I'm going
Okay.
Washington with the upset. Washington's they're on a 22 game win streak at home,
Yes.
and they're getting zero respect. And their defense is good. They have a good running back, probably the best running back in the nation based off stats. And then they have a very underrated quarterback.
Yeah, sure. All right, B. Jones, what you got?
I'm still debating, man. I mean, I initially wrote Ohio State,
Yeah.
but there is a world where I can see Washington pulling this off, man. It is not easy to play up there. You know,
So,
Big Ten fans are going to find out, man. It's not easy up there. Man, I'm really deciding right now. So,
Go with your gut. I went with my gut, and I'm kind of regretting it.
yeah, I'm stick to Ohio State on this one, man. But I do think it'll be very
Okay.
close.
all right, I agree. Raul, what you got?
Yeah, I got Ohio State. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington can pull it off, but it's hard to compete against the national champs, right? So,
My God, I'm regretting my pick right now. man.
No, I do like the pick. I really do, BC. I like it.
they have a good chance, BC. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be. Yeah. All right, next one here is Indiana at Iowa.
Oh,
Indiana's the favorite, only by 7.5. I have Indiana this game. BC, what you got?
Indiana.
All right. B. Jones.
Indiana.
All right, and Raul.
Not so fast. No, I'm just messing with you guys. Indiana.
All right, Indiana, perfect. All right, this is a fun one. I'm curious if anyone's going to pick this team. UCLA at Northwestern. Northwestern is the favorite by 6.5. I'm going Northwestern, BC.
I'm gonna go with. I'm going UCLA.
Okay, UCLA.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
Oh God! What am I doing?
Oh my God.
That was your dad. That was your dad picking.
Yeah, that was your dad, right?
Yeah, my dad.
My dad.
Shout out to my dad. This was for you.
All right, B. Jones, who you got?
I got Northwestern, man.
All right. And Raul.
Look, I'm gonna go Northwestern because I want to see UCLA going 0-12, but I can see them winning this game because of the new coach, and they gotta play for some pride, right? So I can see UCLA winning, but I just want them to go 0-12. So give me Northwestern.
Okay, all right. And then the last Big Ten game of the day. This is I've gone back and forth probably throughout the whole entire week.
You knocked me down. Penn State.
Oh, so Raul's going Penn State. You can already say that. Oregon at Penn State, boys. 3.5 is the spread for Penn State. I'm going to Oregon. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, guys. BC, who you got?
Oh God, this. I think this is probably one of the hardest picks, like based off just like the teams. Like I hate Oregon and I want to pick against them, and I'm gonna do that. Penn State.
Okay, there we go. And all right, B. Jones, who you got?
Whiteout game.
Just like the Washington game, it's exactly the same, man. It's going down to the wire with me for this pick. I'm gonna go Penn State, man. I think they keep.
There you go. Come on, Guns. You're the only one.
But this
know,
could
I
this could be
know,
this,
We
I
could
this
have
could
know.
just
separate
all
him.
gone Penn State and root for Oregon to for sure lose. I'm still rooting for them to lose, but
Oh,
Yeah.
he Anthony James is right. Jim Knowles has been able to beat Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's some stats that favor like last 10 games. I think Penn State's like 8-2 in whiteout games. So I don't know. I don't know why I went Oregon, but obviously I can't go back on it now. All
you
right.
go back. Well,
So,
I'll give
hey,
you the chance
can
to go
someone in
back.
the someone
go
in the
back?
chat clip his prediction? Clip Guns.
You want to go back, Vince? I'll let you go back.
Nope.
I'll think about throughout the rest of these picks for right now. But all right,
I
let's get
can't go
into some
back,
of
you
these
can.
non-Big Ten games. We have a lot of them. Let's start off with a couple on Friday. Florida State traveling to Virginia. Spread is 6.5. FSU. I got FSU. BC.
I'm liking Tommy Castellanos, so Florida State.
Okay, B Jones.
I got Florida State as well.
All right,
Yeah,
and Raul.
FSU. Yeah, FSU.
All right, perfect. All right. Next game here is another Friday game. TCU coming here to Arizona, playing Arizona State. The spread is 3.5. Arizona State.
That's kind of
TCU's
surprising.
3-0. Arizona State's 3-1. Just so you guys know, I'm going ASU. BC, what you got?
It's a late game too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Arizona State's a really tough place to play, so I'm going to go with ASU against my better judgment right now.
All right, B Jones.
ASU.
Okay, and Raul.
This one I've been going back and forth as well, but I think Coach Dillingham is going to try to, rally his team up. So I'll go ASU as well.
Okay, all right. Next game here is Notre Dame traveling to Arkansas. Notre Dame is 1-2. Arkansas is 2-2. The spread is 4.5. Notre Dame. I'm gonna go Notre Dame here for this game. VC, who you got?
I mean, I don't know too much about Arkansas, so that's the issue here. So I guess just based off that, I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Okay, B Jones.
Arkansas will not win.
Okay.
So what will Notre Dame do though?
It's a good way to say
it. Fair enough.
All right, Raul.
Yeah, give me Notre Dame. Overrated. SEC. As always.
All right.
All right, next game here is Duke going to Syracuse. Duke is 2-2. Syracuse is 3-1. Syracuse did just lose their starting quarterback, so everyone's on the same page there. Duke is the favorite by 5.5. Give me Syracuse to upset this game here with the backup quarterback, BC.
Is it at Duke?
No, it's at Syracuse.
Give me Syracuse then. They pulled it off even with a backup quarterback against Clemson, even though I don't know if that's a good thing at this point, but yeah, give me Syracuse.
Okay, B Jones.
I'm right there with you guys, man. Give me Qs.
Syracuse.
Yeah, I got Syracuse on this one too.
All right. Next one here is our good old pal, based on his name Miller. Louisville going to Pitt, 3-0. Louisville 2-1 Pitt. Louisville is the favorite by 4.5. I gotta go Pitt here. PC.
Give me Miller Moss.
Louisville. All right, B Jones.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Miller too, man. Miller's still my guy.
All right, Louisville. Okay. And Raul.
Yeah, it's Miller time. Give me Louisville.
Dang. Okay, all right, just me on that one. Perfect. Next one here is Cincinnati going to Kansas. 2-1 Cincy, 3-1 Kansas. Kansas is the favorite by 4.5. Give me Kansas. BC.
Kansas. I like Jaden.
All right, B Jones.
Jalen Daniels is healthy.
Yeah, Jalen. Sorry, Jalen.
Raul.
Got Kansas as well.
Okay. All right, next one here is UCF. Our good old pal Alex Grinch, 3-0, going to Kansas State, who is 1-3. Kansas State is the favorite. You know, this is UCF's first road game, so I could be playing into the odds there and all that. Give me UCF to win this game.
Wow.
VC, what you got?
Kansas State.
Okay. B Jones.
Boo yourself,
Yeah,
then, Jones. Okay.
Yeah, we were ready for that one.
What you going for?
I'm going K-State.
I won against UCF last week, and I'm going to go against them again this week. So give me Kansas State.
And you went Kansas State, B Jones?
Yeah, you said
Okay,
Kansas
I'm making sure. Perfect. Okay. All right, looks like just me again on that. This might be a bad week for me. All right, LSU at Ole
Or
Miss.
be like me.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 4-0 LSU, 4-0 Ole Miss. The spread is 1.5. Pretty much a pick'em game. Ole Miss is the favorite. Give me Ole Miss in this game. BC.
I think Lane Kiffin is going to be distracted by his daughter dating Whit Weeks, the linebacker from LSU. So give me LSU.
Okay. B Jones.
I think Lane Kiffin is already aware of that relationship. And it's not going to have any or change anything. Give me Ole Miss, man.
All right, perfect. And Raul.
Give me LSU.
Okay. All right. Next game here. Auburn going to Texas A&M. Auburn is 3-1. Texas A&M is 3-0. The spread is 6.5. Texas A&M, and give me the Aggies. BC.
Since Auburn has our former offensive tackle, can't remember his name anymore. It doesn't matter anymore.
Mason Murphy. Yeah.
Mason Murphy. Jackson Arnold is going to get sacked a lot, so Texas A&M.
Okay. B Jones.
That was unnecessary, bro. You did not have to do Mason Murphy like that.
Hey, you guys said his name. I didn't remember his name.
Yeah. All right. Jeez. I'm gonna have to go with. Give me Marcel Reed and
A&M, okay. All right, Raul.
I got A&M as well.
Okay, perfect. All right, next game here is Arizona going to Iowa State. Arizona's 3-0. Iowa State's 4-0. The spread is 6.5. Iowa State. Give me Iowa State. BC.
I'm being pretty generic at this point. I need to switch it up, but not this time. Iowa State.
All right. B Jones.
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
And, all right, perfect. Thank you. All right, big one as well on slate. Actually, we're gonna leave this one last. I'm gonna put that one. Move this side. Sorry, guys.
State one.
BYU going to Colorado. BYU is 3-0. Colorado's 2-2. The spread is 6.5 towards BYU. Give me BYU. BC.
BYU is getting revenge after that game last year.
Okay. B Jones.
BYU.
Okay. Raul.
Yeah, give me the Mormons. BYU.
Why you gotta say that?
They are. I'm just saying, it's a fact.
Are they all though?
No, not all of them, but you get it.
All right, next one here is Cal going to Boston College. 3-1 Cal, 1-2 Boston College. Boston College is the favorite, 6.5 points. Due to the fact that Cal made me very upset last week, I'm going with BC, Boston College. So
You going with me? Okay.
BC, who you got?
Cal. Give me Cal.
Oh, okay, all right. B Jones.
Redemption.
I'm with BC, man. I'm calling the upset here.
Okay. And Raul.
Cal beat Minnesota, right?
Yes, and then lost to San
And then
Diego
lost to
State.
San Diego State.
By
So they
31
were
points.
surprised. So give me Cal as well with the upset.
Wow. Guns is like all by himself.
Wow, this is interesting. All right, Tennessee going to Mississippi State. 3-1 Tennessee. Mississippi State's 4-0. Tennessee is the favorite by 7.5. Give me Tennessee. BC.
Sorry, Natties. I must have thought of another team at that point. But who are we picking right now?
Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee.
Tennessee or Mississippi State? Mississippi
Tennessee.
State is at home.
Tennessee.
Okay. B Jones.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Tennessee. Tennessee,
All right,
guys.
perfect. Thank you. All right, next one here is San Jose State versus Stanford.
Why are we doing
1-2 San Jose State. 1-3 Stanford. Ooh, 2.5 point spread is the spread for Stanford. I have Stanford winning this game.
Stanford.
Stanford.
San Jose State.
Okay, all right. Stanford, San Jose State. Okay, next one here. We got 3 more. Kentucky versus South Carolina. 2-1 Kentucky, 2-2 South Carolina. The spread is 5.5 towards South Carolina. Give me the fake USC.
South Carolina.
Same.
SCU.
Okay. All right. All of us South Carolina. Okay. And then the next one here before we get to the main event, Washington State going to Colorado State. 2-2 Washington State. 1-2 Colorado State. Colorado State is 5.5 point spread favorite. Give me Colorado State.
CSU.
Yep.
CSU as well.
Agreed.
Okay, all of us. All right, perfect. All right, that works. All right, the main event here is Alabama versus Georgia. Alabama's 2-1. Georgia's 3-0. The spread is 3.5 towards Georgia. Give me the Bulldogs.
Give me Georgia.
Ken, prepare yourself, man. There's going to be a lot of barking around your house. Yeah, give me the dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, Georgia as well.
Okay. Well, guys, that's our picks here. I don't think I'm backing out of this Penn State game, guys. I don't know.
You're really going to stick with Oregon?
I think so. I hope I lose. I really do, but I don't know. I can't trust James Franklin personally, so that's just kind of where I'm at. So sorry, you guys. You guys can hate me throughout the week. Hopefully, I am wrong, so I get bashed for that, and I look forward to that.
Hey, if you lose, you get to trade your RB1 to me on the fantasy league. All right?
Yeah, no, we're not going that far.
If you win, I'll give you mine. And if you win, I'll give you mine.
All right.
All
Well,
right, guys. That's it.
that's been our show. We'll be back on Sunday with the recap of the game. We really appreciate Ryan from Keeping It Orange and Blue from the Illinois podcast. We're going to get out of here, guys. Until next time, keep the torch burning bright and always fight on.
Fight on.